Everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to go through a step-by-step guide of how to use make.com and automate a daily podcast using AI. Don't forget, like and subscribe for more content like this. So for the next step, what you want to do is once you have your Google Docs created, you could click add module and you want to add a chat GPT connection and create a compilation. And what it's going to ask you to do is create a connection. And what it's trying to do is it's trying to create an API call to the chat GPT. So let's go ahead and do that. So to get your API key, you need to go to the chat GPT API section. Once you've gone into this, it will all be linked in the description, but you go into the chat GPT platform and you go down to API keys down here on the left, and you simply create a new key. You can create the name, so test automation, and that's arbitrary. It doesn't really matter. Create the key. And what you want to do is take this key and copy it and paste it into this section right here. And when you do that, it should create a connection. So now we've created the link between the document, make.com, and then ChatGPT. So once you have your ChatGPT connected, what you want to do is go down to select your model. You're going to select the ChatGPT Turbo 16K. And the next part is very important to understand, and it took me a while to understand, is your messages. And this is the messages that ChatGPT is going to receive. So you click this and open it up. And the message one, you have roles. There's going to be 3 of them. The first is the system. And this is what you're telling ChatGPT to do. Essentially, it's going to be your prompt that you put into ChatGPT. So you're going to select system. And we have a prompt already selected. And this was actually created by someone else's YouTube channel. And I'm going to link his YouTube channel in the video. If it helps you, go ahead and watch his video because it was helpful for me to create this. And then what you're going to do next is go down and create another message. And so now we have the system. We're telling ChatGPT here what we want it to do. And the next thing we're going to do is the output. So the user. And now we're going to tell it what to read. So now this is going to go back to the document, the Google Docs that we created. So all of these on the left refer back to this Google Doc here. And what we want to do is take the text content and put that in. And now one of the challenges that I ran into was the max tokens. And for me to get this to work, I simply put in 500. And don't worry, this isn't going to take many tokens, but it just lets it go through smoothly. And now we have that set up, and this is complete. The next thing we want to do is link our Google Drive. And so what this is going to do is search for a file. So we select Google Drive. We select search for a file or folder. And what we want to do is and now let me explain what this is happening. Let's connect it, see what happens. If we run into an issue, we will fix this issue. We are linked in. Well, maybe not. So if you're running into this error, here's how we're going to fix that. All the links and the descriptions are going to be in the bio. But what we want to do is go over to the Google Cloud environment. And this is a one that I just made up for this exercise. But what the first thing we want to do is create a new project. So first, select here, select a project, and you're going to go create new project. And you're going to create it a name. So what we're going to name this is make automation. And next thing we're doing is create. So as it's creating here, Right now, our project is good to go. And now here we are at this page, and my internet is running slow. So the next thing we want to do is go to the API and services and click library. And we see that one thing that we need to connect is Google Drive. So we'll click this and click enable. Once we've done that, we'll go down to the O Authenticator. We'll select external, create, create the name, make automation, the email that's associated with your email. And then we need to go down to all of this does not matter. What we need to do is add a domain. And the first domain we're going to add is make.com. The second is what make used to be called Encromat.com. Here we're going to put the email, save, and continue. The next we have is scopes. We're going to go to add a scope. And what I found for this is to click here and it will add all of the ones that you need that are the most important. If there are any you need to add, you can add that separately. I found that if I didn't add the your email here, it doesn't work. So you do have to add your email to this and then save and continue. So now the next step we need to go to is credentials. Within the credentials, we need to go down to the so the next thing I found is within credentials, we need to create a credential and create an O authenticate client ID. Application name, we're going to select web application. Here we'll just put make. You can also put whatever you would like it to be. And then we'll go down to the authorization and redirection. And this is where we're going to add in the links down below inside of the description. But I am getting these from the make.com website. And I'm just going to add two main ones. One is for the Google Drive, and the other is for different Google applications. And I think that's all we need. So we'll click create. Now that we have that created, I think we should be good to go. So now we can go back to make.com. We need this, copy this. Okay, so once we have done all of that, we can go back to the make.com scenario. We'll click the Google Drive, and then we'll go down to show advanced settings. It's going to ask you for the client ID and the secret ID. And what you want to do is go back to the API where you're at. And here you have your client ID. You'll copy and paste that into here. And then you have your secret key. You can copy this here and paste it right in. And that should let us in. So you want to select the file and you want to create your new file path. So what you're going to do for this is everything remains the same, but we're going to go to the file path and go to AI News. And we're going to click Scripts, Files and Folders, search for files and folders. And what this is going to do is it's going to search for the date. So we have this query right here. And if there is a file that is named this, it's going to create one. This stays the same, 10, and okay. The next thing we need to do is create one more Google Docs. And this is going to be a create a document. And this is the fun. We're going to create a document and it's going to be titled the date. So this is pretty interesting because the date is going to change. So this is going to be useful because you don't have to continuously change the name of the document. So each day the name is going to change. We have to give it some context. So we're going to put in the content here. I've created this already. It's all linked into the description. So this is going to say, welcome to Inside the Algorithm. This is the AI news for today. And then we have the date. So it's going to say, today is day to day. The format, today is day. And it's going to keep talking. And then what we need to do is have the document create what the ChatGPT created. So these dots give it some rest so that your AI voice is able to stop. So it'll say, welcome to Inside the Algorithm. Today is June 8th, 2024. Today's news is blah, blah, blah. And then it'll start talking with a pause. And so what you want to do here is you want to have it go down to the ChatGPT. So the way this is structured is each one of these is a backwards call. So first we're at our documents and we see we have the next one is Google Drive. And then after that is our ChatGPT here. So what we want to do is have it go to choices and select the message from content. And again, we need to select our folder path. And we click OK. And now, important to note, click Save. I've done this many times and I've exited out and I forgot to do that. So now that we have the automation set up, I want to go here and show you my Google Drive. Here I have today's news, and this is the news that I've captured. And it's essentially what some of the news articles. And inside my other folder, there's nothing here. And so if I run this automation, it's going to run through the Google Drive. It's going to go to ChatGPT. And once it's done, it will create a file within my scripts. Now it is running through, so it is working. We have this going through. Oh, it should be done. And here's the file it created. Today is the 8th, so it does work and tell you the date it's working. And let's see what it said. It says, welcome to Inside the Algorithm. This is the AI news for today, Saturday, the 8th of June, 2024. Microsoft has, and this is the script it's created.